Well, hey everybody, Jessica Coulter here, CEO and founder of Ace Cookie Tutoring and Study with Jessy. We are here to talk about the Love to Learn study program. So many mamas, so many parents, guardians, educators have asked me about the program that I thought I should come on here live on Facebook, live on YouTube to explain what exactly the Love to Learn study program is, how it works, and what is the difference between the 3, the 6, and the 9-month version of the program. So before I dive into details, I would love to hear from you. Are you familiar with this program? Have you heard me talk about it here on my channel, maybe in my Facebook group, maybe at one of my events, or someplace else? Because I've been happy to say I've been featured on other events, other podcasts, and really starting to get my name, my company, and what all I can do for you and your teen out there. So let me know, if you would, down below, how familiar you are with the Love to Learn study program, because this program is pretty awesome. I teach teens, so teens meaning middle school, high school, college students, these 11 study skills. Okay, 11 of them, and they all are, I don't know why I said they all are, but okay. They include note-taking, annotating, learning styles. So learning style essentially meaning how do we help your teen create a study environment, a study situation, study sessions essentially that match your teen's learning style, personal interests. Okay, so those are the first three. So note-taking, annotating, learning style. And then we move into organization, time management, goal setting, motivation. I say motivation twice, hopefully not. And retaining information, confidence, self-advocacy, and soft skills. Okay, and if I forgot retain information, it's in there. So there are 11 of them. Probably should have written those down and given you straight top to bottom, so sorry about that. But those are all included no matter which version you choose. No matter if you decide the 3, 6, or 9-month program is what you might want, what your teen needs. Okay. Now, I am curious, based on those study skills, are there any that you feel like your teen is struggling with the most? Okay, is there one that you're like, oh yeah, Jessica, help me with that? Okay, because I gotta tell you, I teach note-taking first. Okay, now can we go in a different order than what I suggest? Definitely, no matter which option we choose, but I always recommend that we go in the order that I spent a long time deciding on, kind of spent tweaking and perfecting based on other lessons I've done with students prior to creating this program, and also based on what I have done and the current work I've done with students. Okay, note taking is first because honestly, I think it's the absolute most important note taking. It's the absolute most important study skill I can teach teens. Okay, your teen needs notes for homework. Your teen needs notes for test taking. Your teen also needs those notes, say, for next semester when he totally forgot what the teacher talked about, or he really needs those notes 3 years from now when he's in a college class and he's like, oh yeah, the high school teacher taught me that. I sort of remember that. But yet the college teacher expects your teen to know exactly how this thing works. Okay, your teen needs to have those notes forever. Okay, for every homework, for every test, for every class. Meaning your teen needs to understand why he wrote what he wrote, and he needs to actually be able to go back and find. Okay, so I don't want to go into how I teach those skills here, but do know there are 11 study skills your teen needs to know. These are 11 skills that I teach your teen no matter which version we go with. And the thing is that these study skills are actually life skills. Okay, that's the reason it matters so much to me, because when you think of a tutor, a lot of you that are watching this video might go, okay, she teaches teens how to do well in Algebra 1, or she helps them write their college papers. No, no, no. Study skills are life skills because your teens learn how to learn. Okay, that's why these matter so much, because that note taking I just talked about, your teen's going to take notes today the same way he does 20 years from now. Okay, same rules, same methods, same style, same thing is going to work for your teen. So the sooner he learns how to take notes, the sooner your teen is actually going to know how to take notes forever in school, out of school, at home, whenever. Okay? So before I go too much further, I want to say thank you so much for watching here on Facebook, here on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed, if you haven't followed, be sure you do so. There will be all sorts of other live videos all about studying, all about learning, all about helping your teens love school here at the Ace Cookie Tutoring Facebook business page and YouTube channel. Now, I've given you an idea of what is covered in these programs, but I haven't really said the difference yet, okay? So I'm curious, before I share the difference, if you had to choose between the 3, the 6, and the 9-month program, where do you immediately feel like your teens would fall? Do you feel like your teens would need 3 months, 6 months, or 9 months? And whatever you feel, is the right answer, or maybe you think your teens are most willing to do, or you think that would help the most, okay? Now, the 3-month program is the accelerated program, okay? So we're going to teach your teens those 11 study skills. I'm going to meet with your teen one-on-one for an hour a week, and your teen's going to learn the skill. It's going to be very much here's how to take notes. Here is how we need to organize. These are the steps to follow. This is how it works for you as a visual learner. This is what you do as an auditory learner. Oh, kinesthetic learners need to do it this way. Okay, so your teen, here's the information, and then it's really up to your teen to take it and run with it. Okay, your teen really needs to basically be a self-starter, have some of that motivation, have some of that desire to learn and to do well in school already. If you think of it when it comes to learning how to ride a bike, your teen who's going to do really well with a 3-month program is going to be the teen that doesn't necessarily need you pushing him along, doesn't need the training wheels. This could be your teen that one day is riding a tricycle, the next day is riding a bicycle, okay? Or this could be your teen that falls down once and is like, oh, I got this, I'm good, I'm going to keep going, okay? Now, our 6-month program still focus on those same study skills, still an hour a week, but this is the complete program. This is the option I suggest for every single teen I meet with because it gives us the chance to do the most work together. It gives us the best chance of helping your teen truly learn how to use these skills and then really actually start implementing them, get the practice to use them all the time in all the classes instead of going, yeah, Jessica talked about that, or instead of going, how do I do that again? Okay, your teen is going to meet with me for 2 weeks per skill. Okay, we're going to spend a week learning how to use the skill, those steps. And then the second week, we actually get to practice. We get to implement. We'll have a week between. So your teen will have a plan for what to do in between our lessons. And that second lesson, we're going to get some more practice in. We're going to talk about, well, did you do what you said you were going to do? Is this the method that you tried? Did it work? What do you think we need to do to make it even better? Or it's going to be, it was amazing. That's exactly what I was looking for. It, is what I'm going to do going forward. And if that's the case, that's awesome. That's what we were going for. So your 6-month student is going to get some extra practice because not only am I meeting with teens one-on-one for our lessons, not only am I recording the lessons so your children have lifetime access to the lessons, I am also going to create and have created all sorts of downloadables, interactive activities. So your students, when they choose the 6-month option, are going to get to work with me to go through those extra activities, that extra practice, as well as tie it into what's going on at school. If your child and you, mama, choose the 3-month program, those extra activities or downloadables essentially become homework, okay? Totally optional, very encouraged, but we're not going to have time to go through them together. So that's why it becomes more important. If you choose a 3-month program, for your teen to be more of a self-starter, to be more ready to do things on his own with a little bit of a nudge. Okay, so going back to that bicycle example, our 6-month program, these would be the kids that might not need the training wheels, but definitely need you there for a little bit, mama. Maybe walking, holding the bike right up, or, just kind of running along very, very close for a little while. And very last option I want to talk about is the 9-month program. Okay, so for any of you watching out there, is there a class that your teen is struggling in right now? Is there something you're like, if I asked you, okay, what class is your teen failing? What class do you think your teen is probably going to have to retake? Or, your teen could be doing a lot better in? Or maybe your teen just hates, okay? As I'm asking those questions, I hope you're thinking of an answer Because I know every single teen I've talked to this week, let alone in the past, has an immediate answer of a teacher I can't stand or that class is going really badly. Okay. If there's a class particularly, so like homework related, grade related, your teen needs these study skills. Okay. Study skills, way more important than content. Okay. Your teen, once he knows how to learn, once he knows these study skills and can actually personalize his learning because he knows how to learn and he enjoys learning, aka loves to learn because he knows how to learn, he's going to be good to go. But for your teens who need help with that one class and need these study skills, that's when the 9-month program comes into play. Okay, I highly, highly recommend that we use these lessons. So there's 30 of them for a combination of content and tutoring. Okay, so it can be, 12 lessons, 4 study skills, the rest for the class. We can flip it. We can kind of do a mix. It just depends on what your situation is, what's going on with your team. The bare minimum with the 9-month program, again, 1 lesson a week, preferably more, especially if we're going to do content and study skills. And I also highly recommend that, we get those study skills in before the content, unless like we're at a couple weeks left of the semester and we're playing fast catch up, or there's a big test, big project that's make or break. Okay. So 9-month is the only way to get the study skills with the tutoring. Now, the cool thing about the 9-month program is that since there are so many additional lessons, there's 30 lessons instead of 24 or 12, your teen also, and really you mamas or guardians, whoever's making the financial decisions, do know you are going to get for your teen a free version of the curriculum. Okay, so the videos, the downloadables, the handouts, those are included with the 9-month program. Okay, that's the only way to get all that for free. The rest of it, 3 and 6-month program, that price is built in. Okay, so I know I've given a lot of information, but for all of you who haven't scheduled a talk with Jessy yet, who maybe are new to Ace Cookie Tutoring and Study with Jessy, and you're just checking out study skill programs and executive functioning programs for your teen, I hope this helps you get a better idea of how I help teens love to learn by teaching them how to learn through study skills. So there is a link down below to schedule a talk with Jessy. You'll go to my website, you choose a day and a time that is convenient for you, and I'll confirm that within 48 hours, get you the link, and we'll meet one-on-one on Zoom. So thank you so much for watching. I hope to talk to you soon. I hope to meet your teen soon, because at the Talks with Jessy, strategy calls, consultation, discovery call, whatever you want to call them, I highly recommend that you, your teen, spouse, other kids, whomever you want to have there, but bare minimum, you and your teen, I want us to talk, the 3 of us, so we can figure out, okay, what are you doing, mama, that, that you want to do less of? Because I've got so many parents that tell me I'm spending hours a day on homework. I hear from a lot of parents, I'm nagging, I'm fighting, I'm tired of having to tell them what to do, keeping track of things. Okay, so we want to know what you want to do less of. What is it that we need to help your teen with? Those study skills I mentioned earlier, is there something your teen seems to be particularly lacking in? Is there a class that you're really worried about that's the same or different than a class your teen thinks he's doing great in, or maybe she's worried about? Okay, so we want to have a conversation for all 3 of us. And then let's talk about, is the Love to Learn study program the right fit? And if it is, that's awesome. But the 3, 6, or 9-month program. Okay, because remember, I'm always going to recommend the 6-month program, but maybe your teen is going to move a little faster than we thought, or maybe your teen has some extra needs, because remember, bicycle example, 9-month program, those are the training wheels. Okay, we want to add lots and lots of support, some scaffolding, and then slightly back off as we can as your teen starts to understand more, learn more, and become more independent. So have a good night. Talk to you all soon. Remember, go to the link in the description, schedule a talk with Jessy, and we'll talk more in depth about these programs, this Love to Learn study program, these different settings, because there's way more details I can give here, but I didn't want to give too much away. Didn't want to keep you for too long. So thank you for watching, and talk to you soon, and see you in the next live video.